What is going on, you sexy beasts? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. My name is Vakey. I'm a photographer and a videographer in the kind of functional fitness space. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for your time and your attention. I really appreciate you being here. And guys, if you're not subscribed yet, it would mean the world to me if you just hit that little red rectangle, you know? The CrossFit Games released a tweet this morning saying, due to travel restrictions and circumstances beyond control, the dates for the 2020 Reebok CrossFit Games will be adjusted. The soonest potential start date is August 17th. More information will be released next week. I saw that Make What's Great Again slightly adjusted that tweet for the games. They posted, due to travel restrictions and Greg's Twitter, circumstances beyond control, the dates for the 2020, and then they've crossed off the Reebok CrossFit Games will be adjusted. The soonest potential start date is, and then they've crossed out August 17th, halfway through the next CrossFit Open. More information will be released next week. Leave your questions in the closed comment section. If you don't follow the Instagram account, Make What's Great Again, you really should. It's a good laugh. So the CrossFit Games has been pushed forwards. This will give a lot of athletes around the world that couldn't get there a chance to actually get there. And you know, in my last video, I mentioned that unless Greg Glassman sells all his shares in the business, that I would no longer support CrossFit. And I kind of thought about that overnight. And I actually watched one of the Buttery Bros episodes this morning. They were talking about whether they should go and document the games if they get the chance to, and whether that means that they are siding with CrossFit and supporting them. And I really liked their take on it. They said that they love the athletes and they love telling the athletes stories. And so if the athletes are going, they want to go and support them by telling their stories and sharing their stories with us, the community, which I thought was a really cool way to look at it.
We're in this tight spot where like people want to know where we stand, or like we obviously don't stand with it, but if we come out and make that statement, then that kind of negates the opportunity to document this whole thing if the games go on. And I understand that that's kind of weird. It's like, if we go to the games, are we supporting that organization? I don't know, and I'm still trying to figure that out. But like,
I would say that's debatable, and that we support the athletes. And if the athletes are going to be there, we want to be there to support them. And we damage that by speaking out too soon.
I also noticed on Clair Toomey's Instagram account that she has changed the word CrossFit Games Champion to Fitness Games Champion, which obviously speaks about her not wanting to associate with the word or the brand CrossFit. I'm so torn about this topic, and I know we've discussed it so much, but how do you keep supporting the community, the local gym owner, the athletes, and not associate yourself with CrossFit or not support CrossFit? Can you still support the community and the athletes and not CrossFit? Because the reality is Greg still owns 100% of the company. So what that means is that anything that is organized by CrossFit, anything that comes from CrossFit HQ or under the CrossFit banner, he still benefits 100%. So obviously the staff gets paid their salaries and whatnot, but Greg is still the guy who wins at the end of the day. Because I know for me, like yesterday when I said I'm not going to support CrossFit any longer unless Greg sells all his shares, I don't mean that I'm not going to support the local gym or the athletes, or not talk to anyone in the community until that's sorted. That's not what I mean at all. What I mean is I'm not going to put my dollars towards something that has got the CrossFit stamp on it. Change does take time. I know that very well. And so I do think that it's premature to make any calls on what we will and won't do. And I'm very much a glasses half full, forever optimistic kind of guy. So I'm really, really hoping that we see the change that is needed so we can comfortably continue to support CrossFit, continue to operate under that name. This will be the last video on this topic for some time, unless there's some really big developments in the next few days. But again, guys, throw your comments below. What do you think? How do we support the athletes, the community, the gym owners? How do we still, be a loving community and move forwards and not put dollars in Greg's pocket? Is that even something you guys think about or not? Quick note before I sign off, I've got a great new segment starting very soon called Story Time With. It's going to be me catching up with some athletes, and they're going to tell some cool stories that maybe we've never heard, not necessarily CrossFit or fitness related, but just kind of imagine sitting around a campfire with an athlete and they are just kind of reminiscing about their life, telling a story. And so that's the kind of stories I'm asking them to share with us. I'm starting to record these videos over the next couple of weeks, so you'll see those very soon. Story Time With. It's going to be exciting. Guys, again, thanks so much for being here. Please subscribe. Keep roaring love. Stay sexy, and I'll see you soon. Bye.